Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most thought-provoking podcast in this world or any other. It's What on Earth with your host, Nightwolf.
Welcome, YouTubers, or truth seekers, as I like to call you guys. Welcome back to episode number 6 of What on Earth. This is Nightwolf. And today's episode, or podcast, or video cast, whatever you want to title it, we're going to touch base on what the UFO community calls USO, or USOs. We already, if you haven't caught my episode number 2 about UAPs, that is no longer UFOs, they refer them to as UAPs. So we are now going to deep dive into what is called USOs, which is Unidentified Submerged Objects, is the acronym, and what it translates to. So we're going to touch base. I'm going to have a video clip that took me a while to find because I thought it had been removed from YouTube. We're talking a good 13 years ago, almost 13 years ago that this took place. I was able to finally find the video clip, and it became pretty big in Spain because it was actually this took place September of 2009. September 23rd, 2009 to be exact, off the coast of Galicia, Spain. And it was a boat with 2 fishermen, doing their normal routine, going out into the waters and fishing, but they came across some conflict that was going on in the middle of the sea, or of the ocean, the Atlantic, I would say. And it was pretty interesting, that video clip. It's been with me in my memory since then, since I saw it, and I finally found it. Took me a little bit of time to find it, but I got it. Was able to download it. I'm gonna share it with you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. And the reason why I consider this to be a USO is because it hovers above the water and it actually dives into the water when some fighter jets are about to make contact with it. So these fishermen had a camera, I guess their phones with them, and were able to capture the footage to the point where a helicopter comes in and tells the fishermen that they need to immediately abandon their position and head towards the port, and that they will be given further instructions. That is what the translation from the helicopter voiceover helicopter once it reaches the fishermen. I mean, these guys are going crazy. They're like, "What the hell is going on here? What is this? Oh Lord, turn off one of the I think the captain goes, turn off the engine, or in my mindset, my head, I'm like, we got to get out of here. If I were in their shoes, I would be, let's get the hell out of here, out of Dodge." So I'm going to share that footage with you guys, and then I want you guys to comment below on what you think it is, because it's very, very crazy or shocking. But for me, it's not shocking because I've been researching, and I'm passionate about UFOs, UAPs, USOs, alien bases underwater, and so forth. So that is why I created this channel. And also, other things on Earth or in space that are not discussed generally via the media platforms or in public. I want to get into the pyramids. I want to get into a little bit more of Antarctica, mysteries of Antarctica, which hopefully I can do another live session with Brass Casings. He was my special guest on our first live episode. So I hope you can catch that and watch that back and listen to it. It's pretty interesting, some information there. All right, so let's get into the USOs. So let me give you a little bit of background of the United States Navy so you have an idea of what I'm getting at. The U.S. Navy sports the largest and most effective submarine force in the world, with 53 fast attack submarines, 14 ballistic missile submarines, and 4 guided missile submarines. That's a huge fleet underwater. And based on the percentage of our ocean that is unidentified or undiscovered, which I would say is 98%, 99% undiscoverable, that's a pretty small fleet It sounds a lot, but it's pretty small. So I want to get into the technology that's behind these submarines for a little bit here with you guys. Okay, the major Navy submarine technology programs include the Electronic Warfare Support System, or the BOQ-10, the Combat Control System, the BYG-1, and the A-RCI Sonar System, BQQ-10, and the Integrated Submarine Imaging System, which is also ISIS, Integrated Submarine Imaging System, or BVY-1. So let's get into the actual sonar, because this is leading towards something that I discovered that happened last year in the South China Sea. Acoustic Rapid Commercial Off-the-Shelf Sonar System, also known as the BQQ-10, is the Navy's active and passive sonar sensing system. It's used to conduct anti-submarine warfare, allowing officers and crew members to detect, classify, localize, and track enemy submarines and other undersea objects, such as mines, the ocean floor, fish, and surface or littoral ships. So we have our submarines have very high technology installed in them or built into them, as to why I'm leading towards the fact that there was an encounter, okay, back in October 2nd of 2021, okay, and this submarine was the USS Connecticut, which is the USS Connecticut is actually a Sea Wolf class nuclear powered fast attack submarine. So it's one of the fast attack submarines. Okay, so this submarine, back in October 2nd, it struck an unidentified object in international waters in the South China Sea, back in October of 2021. This is what the Navy said in an incident that injured nearly a dozen sailors. Okay, says in a brief statement emailed to NPR, the U.S. 7th Fleet said that the USS Connecticut, a Seawolf class fast attack submarine, which I just mentioned, commissioned more than 2 decades ago, was in a safe and stable condition after the October 2nd collision. A Defense Department official told NPR that about 11 sailors sustained moderate to minor injuries in the incident. The Navy statement said the boat's nuclear propulsion plant was not affected by the collision. It says the last time a U.S. submarine was known to have struck an underwater object was back in 2005. So we're talking about that's that they made aware to us. Okay, so the last collision supposedly was back in 2005, which was the USS San Francisco. A subsequent investigation to determine this incident is going to take place. Now, I try to research to find out if they finally revealed what it was that they hit. Supposedly, it was an unidentified object. Okay, they came out with back a month later, November 2nd, 2021. They came out with the news for us to believe this, which I don't believe this. U.S. nuclear submarine hit underwater mountain, not another ship, in South China Sea last month. So it took them a month to investigate. It took them a month to come to the conclusion that they struck a mountain. Now, an underwater mountain. I find that very hard to believe, especially with the advanced technology that I just mentioned of the sonar system is in those submarines, especially a fast attack nuclear powered submarine. It's going to have the highest technology for to detect a mountain that it's about to hit. So for me, I don't buy that story. That it took them a month to come out with this conclusion after an investigation, a whole month. Come on. Who are they kidding? They ain't kidding me. I'll tell you that. So that is, for me, well, of course, they're not going to tell us, but I have no doubt that they struck some type of underwater submerged object. We're going to get into also here That's my conclusion, by the way. I found an article in this thing called the War Zone, okay, and it's by Tyler Rogaway, back in January of 2019. It says what U.S. submariners actually say about detection of so-called unidentified submerged objects. And of course, I put all my links below for you guys, so you guys can go and read them yourselves and see the source. Big claims abound about mystery objects submariners detect below the waves. So we went straight to the source, and what we found out was surprising. So we're going to get into this here a little bit deeper. We talked with a number of sources during our investigation. What we learned is that yes, unexplained noises and even tracked contacts do pop up on submarines' sonars. Okay, it says here some of which seem to move at incredible speeds, but it is rare, and the data is often inconclusive as to what was actually detected. And maybe most interesting is that because the Navy doesn't actually have a way to classify these strange sounds as unknown and tag them for further review. Because supposedly when you're in training, I did a little bit more reading. When you're in training, especially for sonar, nothing is unknown. You have to be able to identify what you're listening to. There's a contact that they made, which the guy is a veteran sonar operator, and he goes by the name of Jive Turkey. Okay, that's the name that they use here in the article. It says, I asked Jive if strange encounters do occur and how they are handled if so. He told me that they do, although they are rare, and there's no way to really classify them as strange. Okay. Let me see what he says here. I don't know what they are. This is quote unquote what Jive Turkey says. I don't know what they are. We usually logged it as seismic or biologic. We were instructed that nothing is ever quote unquote unknown. See, so that's the kind of training that they have, that they can't classify anything unknown. And then it says here, he quoted, that's the thing. It's so quick you can't measure the speed. In the examples I am thinking of, it is a detection that lasts a few seconds on the towed array. There's no way to measure the speed accurately because there isn't enough data. So that's how fast it moves on the water, is that they're not even able to determine what it is. Hence the acronym USO, Unidentified Submerged Object. And he says, I agree it's odd. There are a lot of odd things in the ocean. Of course, we've only discovered maybe a little bit over 1%. Another contact they talked to with extensive experience aboard nuclear submarines noted that the mission is so heavily focused on military objectives that strange sounds picked up by sonar don't carry the weight that many may think they would unless they seem like some sort of a threat or impediment to the mission or training goals. This source also noted that they were not aware of any way to even log this type of thing for special review. Once again, I'm sure that they log it and then they dog it. So they log it in and then it gets sent to the to probably the agency that handles these kinds of reports, and investigations are concluded and kept to themselves and not to us. I mean, look how long it's taken them to start disclosing, the Pentagon, to start, giving you the little breadcrumbs of UFOs or UAPs near our nuclear sites, missile sites, silos, near our fighter jets, and our pilots encountering them. It took a while. It's taken a long time, so I don't doubt that the USO disclosure is going to be coming anytime soon. But it is there, folks. We just gotta go in and read them. So there's they actually named this guy. Let me see here. He's actually was a torpedo man, Eric Moreno, a veteran submariner. Okay, as a torpedo man by training. He also mentioned very high-speed, super captivating torpedo technology that various militaries around the globe are becoming increasingly interested in. He says the Soviet Union actually put one of these weapons, check this out, the VA-111 Shkval, into service. At max speed, these weapons can hit over 200 miles per hour. But just because they exist doesn't mean they are fired fired at or near American fast attack submarines, especially boats that are on training sorties with visitors on board. The biggest takeaway here is the mysterious sounds do emanate from the deep and are heard by the most talented sonar operators in the world, working the most advanced underwater listening equipment ever created. So, but the Navy seems to have made it all but impossible to classify these events for further review, as sonar operators aren't allowed to not know what something is. So, give or take, we're not getting enough. We're not getting the enough information. Mostly it probably is classified, and we'll have to probably do FOIA requests to be able to try to declassify some of the reports that are kept hidden off these submarines and what they encounter in the water. Now, the perfect example is the one off the coast of South China Sea. It took them a month to come to the conclusion that they went into collision with an underwater mountain. I find that very odd and very unlikely to believe story. Maybe mostly what they call a cover up. That's basically what it is for me. So I'm gonna get now to the video, and we'll end it with this video real quick, and I want you guys to comment below as to what you see in the video, and any subject that you guys feel that I should bring to light or want to disclose on the channel. Please email me directly, Nightwolf. The email is always listed as well there, or comment below as to a subject you want me to research and disclose. And anybody that wants to come on and just talk with me live is welcome to do so as well. So if you haven't subscribed, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button if you like what you're hearing, and even if it's a thumbs down, still algorithm helps the channel. So thank you for tuning in, and I'm gonna end with this video just to capture your imagination and your eyes. All right, here we go, folks. Thank you for tuning in once again to What on Earth. Thank you for stopping by and listening. God bless. Peace be with you. Nightwolf, over and out.
¡Hostia! ¿Qué es cielo? Pero esto no es normal, ¿eh? ¿Pero qué coño, qué carajo pasa aquí? ¡Me cago en Diola! ¿Pero qué carajo está pasando aquí? ¡Hostia! ¡Cago en la hostia! ¡Cago en Diola! ¡Va la máquina! ¡Va la máquina! ¿Qué carajo pasa?
Non sei, deixa un pochino che
Esto no es normal.
che forte, deixa stare.
¡Apaga!